Most gardeners across the globe treat the winter season like a silent, stagnant waiting room, a period of forced dormancy. It is a blank, frozen pause between the final autumn harvest and the arrival of the first colorful seed catalog. But here is the hidden truth that nobody tells you. The masters of self-sufficiency don't wait for the thaw. The families who eat from their land all year long aren't performing any magical rituals when spring finally arrives. They made their most critical strategic moves in the darkest, coldest months while everyone else was simply waiting. While the ground appeared dead and the garden seemed empty, they were already building the foundation of their abundance. This is the winter secret that changes your entire gardening trajectory. If you apply this hidden system today, your harvest this year will look nothing like the struggle of previous seasons. It is time to transform your land. Every single week of winter that passes without intentional action is a week of food security you will never recover. That is not an exaggeration for dramatic effect. That is the fundamental reality of complex plant biology. Plants require time. Not just warm weather or bright sunlight, but a steady, uninterrupted biological timeline to reach maturity. The only way to provide that time is to start before the world tells you it is the right moment. The specific crops we will cover today were chosen because they reward early starters with disproportionate yields and resilience. Start them now, and you will be eating from your own soil months before your neighbors even buy seeds. Wait until the spring sun is high, and you will find yourself back in line at the fragile grocery store. Let us talk about what to actually plant right now, and why it matters more than the mainstream gardening world admits. Onions and leeks are not just ingredients, they are the architectural pillars of your household food security. By starting these from seed indoors during the winter, you bypass the limitations of spring-sold sets. Onion seeds started in January produce bulbs with superior size, extended storage life, and a much lower entry cost. We are looking at a full year's supply of cooking's most essential base from just a single afternoon of sowing. This is how you anchor your kitchen against the rising costs of the modern world. Food sovereignty starts here. Every seed sown is an investment in your independence. Leeks take this principle even further into the frost. Leeks are indestructible soldiers. They stand in the frozen ground through snow and ice, waiting for your command. They are ready to be pulled the exact moment you need them, providing fresh, hearty nutrition in the dead of winter. Sow them in trays indoors now. Keep them near the brightest window you have to mimic the early sun. Aim for 65 degrees. Consistent temperature is the secret to strong, fibrous stems that won't fail you. When your seedlings display their second true leaf, it is time to prick them out and give them space. Spacing is life. Each plant needs room to develop the root network that will eventually feed your family. You will transplant them outside the very second the spring soil becomes workable and moist. Strategy is everything. For leeks specifically, use a dibber to make a deep, vertical hole. Drop the seedling in without filling. Pour water directly into that hole. Let the soil settle naturally around the base over the coming weeks. Now let us turn to the summer titans, tomatoes. They require 10 full weeks of indoor growth. If you start them now, you will be savoring homegrown tomatoes while others are still looking at flowers. Wait until March and you are inviting a war with the August heat waves. Timing is the ultimate weapon. Your neighbors will be battling scorched leaves while your pantry is already filling with preserved sauces. Sow your seeds in a rich, sterile starting mix. Maintain 70 degrees during the day for maximum vitality. The moment true leaves emerge, pot them up individually to prevent root-bound stagnation. Never let them stop. Cauliflower has a reputation for being difficult, even temperamental, but that is a myth born of poor timing. Start them now with steady warmth, and you will produce the dense, snowy curds that professionals admire. Any environmental shock, a cold snap or dry soil, triggers early heading. Once that happens, the crop is lost. Celery is a marsh plant at heart. It demands more water and more organic fertility than almost anything else. Water consistently. Never let the roots feel the drought. This is the key to crisp, commercial-grade stalks. It can take 3 full weeks to even see a sprout. Do not give up. Patience is the ultimate gardener's skill. By fall, you will be harvesting stalks that cost $5 a piece at the market, for pennies. Not everything requires the warmth of your home. Some of our most valuable crops were built for the cold. They are engineered by nature to survive. Plant them directly outside under cover right now. Trust the system. Spinach is the most nutritionally dense vegetable you can grow. Iron, vitamins, and vital minerals. It is packed with the nutrients your body craves after a long winter of eating stored produce. Reach for it. These greens emerge in the earliest spring days, exactly when your body is desperate for fresh life. Sow them half an inch deep. You can broadcast them across a bed or plant them in structured rows. Harvest the outer leaves continuously. This allows the center to keep producing through the season. Or cut the whole plant an inch from the ground and watch the miracle of regeneration happen before your eyes. Winter lettuce is a completely different species from the weak summer types. They thrive in short days. They grow slowly but steadily in the cold, producing heads when store-bought lettuce is most expensive. Protection is the key. Under a simple cloche, they will produce early heads that feel like a spring miracle. Sow them thinly and do not cover them. Lettuce seeds actually need light to trigger germination. Know the biology. Broad beans, also known as fava beans, can survive temperatures as low as 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Absolute survivors. In mild climates, you should sow them directly outside right now to build an early root system for spring. In colder regions, start them in deep pots inside a cold frame. They need depth for their taproots, designed for depth. What makes them truly exceptional is what they do for your soil. They are nature's own fertilizer machines. They fix nitrogen from the air through symbiotic bacteria in their root nodules. They feed the land itself. After harvest, cut the plants at ground level, leave the roots in the earth to decompose and release that nitrogen. Your next crop will eat that nitrogen for absolutely free. This is the ultimate sustainable survival loop. Plant now. Peas started now under cover will be ready in late spring. There is no store equivalent for a fresh garden pea. They do not survive the walk from the vine to the kitchen. You eat them standing in the garden. No apologies. You don't apologize for savoring the purest sweetness nature offers. Support them with a sturdy trellis. Grow high. Sow them 2 inches deep and 2 inches apart in double rows. Even the dwarf varieties need your support. Build it. Vertical growth maximizes your yield per square foot. Every inch of your garden must work for your survival. Climb. To protect your seeds from mice, soak them in kerosene before planting. It will not harm the germination. Protect your work. Mice despise the smell and will leave your seeds alone. This is an old trick for a new world. Use it. Save your crop. Now we move into the crops that separate the self-sufficient from the hobbyist. These are long-term investments. Build legacy. You plant them once and they feed you for decades. Garlic and shallots are your essential kitchen anchors. Plant deep. If you missed the fall window, January is your last viable chance for winter garlic. Do not miss this opportunity. Grow. Growing your own means fresh, organic bulbs that store for months at pennies per pound. Compare that to store prices. Win. Plant the cloves 2 inches deep with the pointed end facing the sky. They need the cold to trigger bulb formation. Cold is life. Mulch heavily with straw or leaves to protect the soil and retain the winter moisture. Your future self will thank you. Cover. Harvest when the lower leaves turn brown and dry. This is the signal from the earth that the bulbs are ready. Listen, pull. Cure them in the shade with excellent airflow for several weeks. This hardens the skin for long-term storage. Prepare. Save. Store them in a cool, dry place. They will keep until the next harvest season arrives. This is true food security. Stock. Shallots offer a milder, sweeter flavor profile that transforms your cooking into professional art. Plant them now. Sweetness. One single planted bulb will multiply into a cluster of 12 by harvest time. This is the math of abundance. Multiply. Yield. Forcing rhubarb is one of the oldest garden tricks in the survival playbook. Use total darkness to your advantage. Force life. Cover established crowns with a pot or barrel. Pack it with manure to generate internal heat. The darkness is key. Hide. Grow. The heat from biological decomposition forces tender, pink stalks weeks before the season officially begins. Utilize nature. Heat. These forced stalks are far more tender and flavorful than anything you can buy. They are a winter luxury. Taste victory. Tender. January is chitting time for potatoes. Place them with the eyes facing up in egg cartons. Prepare the sprouts. Energy. Eyes. In a few weeks, they will develop strong, 1-inch sprouts. This pre-sprouting translates to massive early yields. Accelerate. Growth. Yields. You want those potatoes on your table before the summer sun peaks. Pre-sprouting is your unfair advantage. Win the season. Yield. Jerusalem artichokes are the indestructible abundance machines of the perennial world. Plant them once, harvest forever. Machine. Growth. Flowers. They remain in the ground through the harshest winter, staying fresh and crisp until you need them. Ultimate storage. Frozen. Fresh. Machine. No root cellar is required. The very ground you walk on is your storage unit. Dig them whenever hunger strikes. Ready, pull, store. Asparagus asks for 2 full years of absolute patience. You plant the crowns and you wait. Build the foundation. Wait. Patience. Foundation. But in year 3, you will get spears every spring for the next 20 years with almost zero effort. Legacy. Spears. Spring. 20. Dig a trench and build a central ridge of compost-amended soil. This is the cradle of your future abundance. Build, ridge, trench, abundance. Drape the crowns over the ridge with roots spreading down each side like a waterfall. Cover them gently. Drape. Roots. Waterfall. Cover. Mulch heavily. Let the ferns grow through the summer to feed the roots. This is the investment phase. Mulch. Ferns. Feed. Roots. Investment. In year 3, you harvest crops that sell for $10 a pound, for absolutely free. Sovereignty achieved. Year 3. Free. Harvest. 10. Your backyard can feed you for decades if you start today. This is the secret of the winter system. Start. Backyard. Feed. Decades. System. This is the secret that changes everything about your survival. It is not about luck. It is about timing. Secret. Changes. Survival. Timing. It is time to make your move while the ground sleeps. Use the cold to build your future kingdom. Move. Cold. Future. Kingdom. Sleep. Your future harvest depends entirely on the actions you take today. Abundance is within your reach. Realization. Harvest. Today. Reach. Abundance. True abundance is not found in catalogs. It is found in the soil. Go out and grow. Abundance. Soil. Grow. Catalog. Found. It is found in the very biology of the seeds you sow right now. Trust in nature's machine. Nature. Biology. Seeds. Trust. Machine. Take absolute control of your food supply. Secure your family's future today. Feast. Sovereignty. Control. Future. Today. Family. Reveal the system. Feed your family forever. The engine of growth never stops. Reveal. System. Feed. Forever. Engine. Growth. Stop. Winter is no longer a waiting room. It is the engine of your success. Reveal. Secret. Engine. Success. Winter. Waiting. Room. A machine of growth that never stops for you. The harvest is coming soon. Machine. Growth. Stops. Harvest. Coming. Soon. You. Find your peace in the living soil. Find your ultimate abundance. You are free. Soil. Peace. Abundance. Free. Living. Find. Your. The secret is yours. Now go and grow. Thank you for watching. Sovereignty is your birthright. Grow. Secret. Yours. Sovereignty. Birthright.